Hi everyone, the purpose of this video is to help you distinguish between ratios, rates, and unit rates, and kind of sort out what's different between each of them and what they have in common. Alright, these are the notes that we took in class on Thursday. So if you were here Thursday and you have these notes, it'd probably be a good idea to take them out. And I know there were quite a few people missing. So if that applies to you and you don't have these notes, I would pause the video and copy them down so that you do have them to reference as we go through here. Okay, so a couple things to keep in mind. We're going to be talking about ratios, rates, and unit rates. A ratio is just a comparison of two quantities using division, and we can show it in three different ways. Okay, 1 to 3, 1 to 3, or 1 to 3. All three of these are read the same way, but they look a little bit different, and you need to be familiar with how to use each of these ratios. Okay, if you're looking at a rate, this is a ratio as well, but this is a special ratio that compares two quantities that are measured in different units, and that different units is key. Okay, so a rate might be something like 6 gallons in 12 minutes, and I know that it's a rate because I'm comparing gallons to minutes. All right, another one might be a situation where you're saying in class there's 3 girls to 5 boys, so the rate of girls to boys would be 3 to 5. In this situation, you're looking at girls and boys. Those are two different units, so that would be a rate. And then to go even more specific here, we've got unit rates, and a unit rate is also a ratio, just like rates are, but it's a ratio that compares a quantity to one unit of another quantity, and the one unit is what's key there. Okay, you're going to be looking for keywords like these over here, per, or for each, or every, or one. Those are hints that it's going to be a unit rate because they're talking about one of something. So one example might be 35 miles per hour, or I can read 22 pages in one day. Okay, we're comparing two different things, pages, days, and one of them has one unit. In this case, it would be 1 day. Okay, you might go to the store and buy apples, and you're buying them for $1.29 per pound. Oh, I can't fit it on my screen. But $1.29 per pound. That's a unit rate. You're talking about the price for 1 pound of something. Okay. All right, many times you'll be given an example of a rate, and they'll ask you to find the unit rate. And there's a few different ways you can approach this. I'll show you the one that I think is easiest first. Okay, so they tell us that you can type 731 words in 17 minutes. That's our rate, okay? But we want to turn it into a unit rate that tells how many words per minute you can type. Now, I know I'm going to be doing some division here to figure out how many words per minute, but what sometimes people confuse is which one do you divide, what number do you divide by which number? So what I always say is look at the way that we want the rate to be written. We want words per minute. So it's words per minute. We're going to write it this way. And then I'm going to plug in the numbers that go with. So I can do 731 words in 17 minutes. And now I've got a division problem because remember, guys, all fractions are actually division problems too. So this is 731 divided by 17. And when I do 731 divided by, I'll write it below just so you know here, divided by 17, I get an answer of 43. So to record this as a rate, a unit rate, we need to include both labels. So I'm going to say 43, and it's not just words, it's words per minute. Because remember, unit rates have to show the relationship between two different units. Here's another one where I'm given a rate and I need to find the unit rate. This time I'm told that I can read 258 pages in 86 minutes, and we want to know how many pages per minute that would be. So I'm using this as my clue. I want pages per minute. So I know my pages is going to be on top here. 258 pages in 86 minutes. And when I do 258 divided by 86, I get an answer of 3. So that tells me that if I'm reading 258 pages in 86 minutes, I am reading at a rate of 3 pages every minute, or 3 pages per minute. Alright, so in this one I see that I can buy 15 boxes of cereal for $43.35, and the unit rate I'm looking to find is the cost per box. So I'm going to put my dollars on top and the number of boxes on bottom, because this is the rate that I'm looking for, cost per box. And I don't think I said this before, but you can think of this division bar as the word per, okay? So when you see that, it's the cost per box. That might help you in how you're setting it up too. Okay, so we know that in this case we've got $43.35 for 15 boxes. Since I have it set up this way, I can easily see that I need to do $43.35 divided by 15, and I will find out that my cost per box is $2.89. And since it's a unit rate, I have to include the full label, which is the dollars per box. Alright, you can try as many of these as you feel like you'd like to. I'd pause, try a couple, and then come back and check your answers to see how you did. Okay, so let's take a look at number 4 here. It says scoring 98 points in a 40-minute game, and we are looking for the points per minute. So I'm going to do my points divided by my minutes to figure out how many points that would be per minute. 98 divided by 40 gives me an answer of 2.45. Don't forget your label. Points per minute. Awesome. All right, let's try the next one here. I see that I can buy 2 1/4 pounds of bananas for $1.89, and I'm looking for my cost per pound. I like to turn fractions into decimals when I can, because I don't know, personally I think they're nicer to work with. So 2 1/4 is the same as 2.25, and I'm looking for the cost per pound, so it's going to be the cost divided by the weight. So 2.25, and when I do $1.89 divided by 2.25 pounds, I figure out that it is going to cost me 84 cents per pound of bananas. Alright, looking at number 6 here, I see that I can get 2/3 pounds of peanuts for $2.25, and again I'm looking to find the cost per pound. So I'm going to take my cost, $2.25, and divide it by my fraction of 2/3. That's not a nice terminating fraction, but what we can do for this is we can just approximate this. It's 0.6 repeating, so I'm going to divide by 0.66666. That should give me enough of a precise answer that I need. So I'm going to do 2.25 divided by 0.666, and I get the cost per pound of peanuts to be $3 and it's 3.375, so I'm going to say 3.38. $3.38 per pound. All right, a little bit more expensive than the bananas there. All right, and then let's look at number 7. It tells us that mowing 1.5 acres of lawn in 3/4 of an hour, and we want to know the acres per hour. So I'm going to take my acres, which is 1.5, also the same as 1.5. So 1.5 acres in 3/4 of an hour, that's 0.75. So I did my acres divided by hours, since I'm looking for acres per hour. And let me get my calculator cleared out here. 1.5 divided by 0.75 tells me that I can do, oh, I didn't even need my calculator for that one. I'm not thinking. 2 acres per hour. Alright, there's my unit rate. I'm saying how many acres I can do in 1 hour. And then our final one. I can get 1.7 pounds of chicken for $3.89, and I'm looking for the cost per pound. So I'm going to do my cost divided by my weight and $3.89 divided by 1.7 is approximately $2 and 2.288. So I'll do $2.29 per pound. All right. How'd you do on these? Notice on each of mine, guys, I included the full label. I can't stress that enough. Make sure that you're including both of the units in your final answer so that it is actually a unit rate. Okay? And as always, seek me out if you want extra practice with these. All right? Thanks for watching.